Are you all in? That's the question that Jesus is asking today in those parables. That phrase, all in, came to me this week because those parables reminded me of the game of poker. Now, don't worry, my experience of poker is quite limited. It's limited to playing at lunchtimes in sixth form college to waste some time just with counters, so no real money or anything, no risk. So that's my experience. But the phrase all in comes when you're playing poker and your opponent will have a hand of cards that they think is amazing, and they put a big stake in. They put a lot of their stake into the pot. In order for you to stay in that hand, you have to match what they have put in. And at that point of the game, it might be everything you have. So in order to stay in the game, you have to put everything in. You have to go all in. And so it's very tempting if you think that you have a hand that is unbeatable as well. And then another way it's used is as a bluff. So you could be the person that's got a hand and you want everybody else to think that the cards in front of you are unbeatable. So you'll have this big bluff of putting everything in. You go all in, hoping that nobody else matches it. But you're risking everything. You're risking losing all of your stake in that game. Now we hear in that parable today that the person goes off, so he finds some treasure in a field, and he goes off, sells everything he owns, comes back and buys the entire field. In other words, he changes his whole life. He risks losing everything just to have that treasure. Now, if we would be willing to risk everything on a poker hand and go all in, surely the treasure that we hear about today is worth going all in for. That treasure, you might ask, what is that treasure? What is the kingdom of heaven that Jesus is talking about? Well, very briefly in a nutshell, that kingdom of heaven, that treasure is Jesus Christ himself. Jesus who created us, Jesus who loves us, Jesus who wants to be with us, the God who created the entire universe wants to have a relationship, both personal and communal, in a community. He wants to have a relationship with us, with you, yes, you and me and all of us. That's what the treasure is that we're being offered today. So if Jesus is offering us that treasure, isn't that worth risking everything for? Isn't that worth going all in and changing our entire lives for? Easier said than done. So the question that Jesus is asking you and me today is, do you want that treasure? Do you want to spend your life with him, both now and forever in heaven? Are you all in?